They're home to a quarter of all marine life, despite making up less than 0.1% of the ocean. They protect land from storms and waves and provide valuable resources, such as the fish we eat. But reefs are in decline thanks to overfishing and climate change. Half of all reef systems have already been destroyed.
Scientists predict that in the next 30 years, if we not do anything, more than 95% of the coral reef around the world will be endangered.
On a small island 140 kilometers from Bangkok, a team of biologists are working on ways to restore coral reefs damaged by global warming. The ocean absorbs much of the heat trapped by greenhouse gases. Since 1993, the rate of ocean warming has more than doubled.
The highest temperature that we got was 34 centigrades, and that makes many corals in Thailand bleach and eventually die.
When stressed by conditions such as temperature change, corals expel the symbiotic algae that gives them their distinctive colours, a process known as bleaching. The algae lives inside the coral for protection and in return uses photosynthesis to help feed the coral. If a coral is severely bleached, the chances of disease and death increase.
The important thing that we have to make sure is that the baby coral that we produce, they have to be able to withstand to the changes of the environments.
Professor Chowenich's work is centered on growing resilient coral. One way, she believes, is to improve the coral's genetics. Chowenich and her team have developed artificial fertilization techniques on a mass scale. During the spawning season between January and March, they collect eggs and sperm from several coral colonies and bring them up on land to fertilize in their hatchery. Here, the larvae are grown on concrete plates in tubs full of seawater. They're kept in the hatchery for 2 years, so they're strong enough, and then replanted by hand on the sea floor.
The baby coral that we produce, they have high diversity of genetics, and this can help them to survive in a changing environment.
Funding issues mean the hatchery doesn't have reliable air conditioning, running water, or perfect lab conditions. But in a twist of fate, the crude facilities might just have helped the baby corals.
So usually the temperature of the water in the hatchery is higher than normal, about 2 degrees centigrade. Our hatchery is like a one-star hotel. Raising the coral in this one-star hotel actually make our baby corals stronger and can withstand the real temperature when we release them back to the oceans.
The team have grown about 10,000 corals so far. Corals with this genetic diversity have a survival rate of at least 50%, while the natural survival rate is just 0.01%. But the success comes at a cost, $100 for each coral replanted. In recent years, mass coral bleaching events have happened all over the world, from Hawaii to Australia, the Gulf of Mexico, Madagascar, and the Maldives. But projects like this in Thailand show there's hope for our delicate ecosystems.
Start to see more fish, more animals like crab and shrimps coming to the areas, using our corals as a habitat, as a home.